Yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot of people haven't had the opportunity to see me up close. Maybe there's something on TV here and there, but I feel like it's a different experience once you see me live.
Cause it's Tacko
Fall, the most exciting prospect to watch in the Summer League, the 7'6" giant, and he just signed a deal to be in the Celtics training camp. But just how good is Tacko Fall? There's a couple of things that people aren't noticing. What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. I just think that this is unfair. Tacko Fall went undrafted in the 2019 NBA draft, but was picked up by the Celtics for the Summer League and now has made their training camp roster with a chance to compete for the final roster spot on the Celtics. We got to see a lot of him in the Summer League, and I know it's just the Summer League, but I want to break down the essentials of Tacko's game to see just how good is he and what people don't notice about him. Drop a like for Tacko Tuesday, even though it's Friday, and to all the people that watch my videos that still aren't subscribed, Tacko Fall can dunk without even jumping, so please subscribe! Yeah, I just said Tacko Fall can dunk without jumping. Apart from just being 7'6", he has an 8'2" wingspan with a 10'2" standing reach. He's a cheat code! From Isaiah Thomas to Tacko Fall? Man, the Celtics are playing my career. So, of course, Tacko Fall is able to do things on the court that no other player is able to do. But there's a lot more to him than just his height. Let me get the obvious out of the way first. Tacko Fall is a really good shot blocker, as he should be. His long wingspan and height make it impossible to get a shot over him. In college basketball, he had an 11.5% shot blocking rate, which was top 5 in all of college basketball, and in the Summer League, Tacko averaged 1.4 blocks a game in only 12.6 minutes a game. Tacko also averaged 7.2 points and 4 rebounds on 77% shooting from the field in the Summer League. Again, all in only 12.6 minutes a game. Tacko isn't advertised as an offensive threat, and everyone keeps focusing on his height, but when watching him, I was amazed by his ball control. And no, I don't mean handles, because I don't even know if he has any. I mean actually holding and maneuvering the ball. Tacko Fall's hands measure 10.5 inches in length and 10.5 inches in span, making them the second longest hands in NBA history and the 14th widest hands in NBA history. That is crazy. Not every tall player has these types of hands. Manute Bol didn't even make a top 15 in hand sizes. With these hands, he's easily able to move the ball with one hand, similar to how Michael Jordan used to use that on the perimeter and while finishing at the rim. Tacko's grip on the ball allows him to do subtle adjustments with the ball up high before shooting the ball and before he even jumps. He can extend the hand with the ball towards the basket without jumping, which leaves little space to even get between the ball and the rim. It's not that Tacko is just shooting over people, he's releasing the ball so close to the rim. So even if he's outside the restricted area, it's as if he's right underneath the basket. I just think it's so special to see any player control the ball with just one hand because it looks like an art. Tacko doesn't have a soft touch yet, and so he still misses some easy shots, but he shot 77% from the field. He had the highest effective field goal percentage in college basketball history as well. Those big hands also allow him to catch balls that are just shoved at him. A lot of times in the Summer League, Tacko Fall was like an emergency option. When the guard had nowhere to go, they just dumped it off to Tacko in traffic. This is a picture of the 6'1" point guard on the Celtics in the Summer League. And then there's Tacko. What? He is able to corral difficult passes and cut off long rebounds by using his reach and great grip strength. Don't forget, he challenged Zion. Tacko Fall is not your typical super tall big man. Usually guys above 7'1" tend to be skinny like Bol Bol or Manute Bol, or oversized like Simbular, who was 7'5", 359 pounds. Manute Bol was 7'7", 192 pounds, so really skinny. Tacko Fall kind of falls in that Porzingis to Yao Ming spectrum for weight in his first year. Porzingis was drafted with a weight of 230 pounds at a height of 7'3". Yao Ming was 7'4", 7'6", 296 pounds coming into the NBA. Tacko Fall is 289 pounds and has been putting more and more weight on to keep his position in the paint. Now, I know BMI, which takes into account your mass based on your height, isn't always the best measurement because muscle weighs more than fat, and so it can be skewed for athletes or bodybuilders, but for the purposes of just simply comparing weights at different heights, it's pretty good at that. Porzingis had a BMI of 21.4, Yao Ming had a BMI of 25.7, and Tacko Fall has a BMI of 25.1, meaning he's not so skinny that he would break under physical contact, and he's not so heavy to where it would seriously decrease his lateral movement. Joel Embiid has a BMI of 24.8, and so Tacko is right where he needs to be rather than being on an extreme end like this high school player. Now, Tacko Fall has shown decent lateral movement in the Summer League when it comes to protecting the rim. He times his steps pretty well to put him in the best position to guard or block the shot. It's more about timing than just athleticism. But still, Tacko Fall had the worst lane agility and 3/4 sprint in the draft combine, so even with his long legs, he was the slowest out of everyone in his draft class. That means that Tacko Fall can't really be involved in pick and roll defense unless he drops down. If he went up to the perimeter, he would get beat every time, and so he drops down right below the free throw line. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely a compromise, and with elite 3-point shooters, Tacko would become somewhat of a liability. And if it's Kemba Walker with Tacko, that pick and roll defense might be looking bad. His rebounding is also really inconsistent. Sometimes there's nothing you can do to stop him from getting a rebound, and other times it just seems like he either got completely boxed out or didn't even go for it. As of right now, Tacko seems like he can come in and give you 10 to 15 minutes a game. Most NBA scouts saw stamina as a big issue for Tacko, and with the more physical play in the NBA, I'm not sure how long he could be on the court and how much he could actually take. Also, Tacko Fall is 23 years old. He spent 4 years at college, and he's not one of those one and done prospects. The Celtics said that developing Tacko is a high priority, and that makes sense because he's already 23 years old. He's still considered a project, and not being a one and done means that he lost out on 3 years of NBA experience. But then again, he also did go undrafted this year, and so it was unlikely that Tacko would have got picked up any of those previous years either. This means that the timeline for Tacko has been pushed back by 3 years, and the Celtics would obviously like to align his physical prime with as much experience as possible. Tacko Fall is already an extremely hard worker. He's been aiming to make the NBA, and after feedback in his junior year of college, he has been working on getting his stamina up and improving his touch around the rim. That's why he became such a big sensation in college besides just his height. What most people don't see when watching Tacko Fall is just how much IQ he has. Yeah, Tacko has improved his positioning on the court to make the most use of the tools he currently has. He doesn't try to do too much or go out of his role, and that in itself is encouraging for coaches since they can rely on him to do a given task. Coaches in the Summer League have been surprised by just how much IQ Tacko has and how he understands the different sets and floor spacing. It's true that these are parts of basketball that can be learned, but it's important for Tacko to have a personality that is willing to learn. Even with that personality, there are some serious questions on Tacko's potential, like where does he go from here? Well, for one, he can improve his strength. That doesn't necessarily mean to add more size, it means to get stronger with the muscles you already have. Part of that could be to slightly increase his weight, but more of that means to get stronger at functional movements, like getting a stronger core to not get pushed out of the paint. He could develop more of a post game and a softer touch to make himself an unguardable force down low. He definitely needs to increase his stamina, which is manageable. Tacko isn't capped out. There is room for improvement. His height and wingspan already give him something no one in the NBA has right now. And even though people are noticing it, his hand size and court positioning do give him a leg up on a lot of players. I'm not sure if Tacko will make the official Celtics roster. They do need big men, but I can see Tacko becoming a force if he continues to develop at the rate he is. And man, do I love me some Tacko. But what do you think? Will Tacko Fall play in the NBA this season? Is he a future star? Drop a like for Tacko, cause come on, it's Tacko. Back-to-back uploads and y'all killing it with the support. I saw all the hands comments in my last video, and if you're still here, comment
Taco Tuesday!
so I know you're a real one. The Instagram shout of the day goes to Oscar, and the all-day notification shout goes to Lecture Webrain. Thanks for the all-day support. Make sure to bell for all-day notifications, and if you're not a sub, hit that subscribe button, join the all-day community for more fire content, all-day support. It's your boy MJ. We out.